Well, more Indiana students are receiving college credit while still in high school than ever before. A 2015 study from the Indiana Commission for Higher Education shows that some 55% of high school students earned dual credit, up 39% from just 3 years earlier. Ivy Tech Community College Senior Vice President of Workforce Alignment, Chris Lowry, joins me now with more on this trend and the impact. And Chris, as always, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
First of all, for those who don't know, and this has become a very popular thing, but what are dual credit courses?
Yeah, so dual credit courses are classes students can take while in high school, right in their high school building, that allow them to start accruing credits that they can then take with them to college and university.
All right, talk about, I mentioned some stats there in the intro, but this is really on a rocket ship in terms of popularity.
And that's a great way to put it, Gary. It is on a rocket ship. You know, in our numbers, there are, in the schools we work with, there are nearly 59,000 students in Indiana, high schools today, taking advantage of dual credit, so working directly with us. That number has doubled in the last 5 years. The annual savings to families are nearly $50 million, and frankly, that's only at our rate of tuition. Of course, other schools being considerably higher than the community college.
Yeah, I want to talk about the impact, especially on workforce, but you mentioned that cost factor.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big piece of this, is the savings in tuition costs to parents and the students is substantial.
Yeah, it is substantial. So, to us and certainly to the students and their families, a couple of things really happen. One, they can get a jump start on college. Maybe it's 12 credits, maybe it's an entire full year's worth of credits. So the cost savings to a family can be enormous, especially if a student and his or her family is intentional. The student can earn a transfer general ed core, and the long and the short of that is it's a block of 30 hours. Every state-sponsored university has to take it, and if you think about that, fully loaded on campus, that's about $25,000 a year that a student can start college with a savings of.
And there's also a potentially tremendous impact on workforce. Talk about that you're already seeing, and it would seem to be more of that in the years ahead.
Yeah, we see the impact in a couple of different ways. Again, students who might have normally taken 4 or 5 years to achieve a bachelor's degree, you can reduce that by a year. Certainly somebody's out in the workforce that much more quickly. In addition to that, we're seeing more and more high schools working with us and other institutions to help the students complete a technical certificate in one of the key economic sector, high demand, high wage areas. So perhaps graduating with a certificate, technical certificate in something related to manufacturing, logistics, IT, healthcare.
And so they're coming out by virtue of these dual credit courses workforce ready.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, the best partnerships are those where we are working with the high school and also with local employers. There are employers who are encouraging, supporting those students, and even providing internships so that when the student graduates from high school, she or he has a technical certificate and they've got a job waiting for them in a high demand area.
And this Lumina Foundation and others have talked about this big goal of getting a substantial number of Hoosiers with post-high school education.
Yeah, Gary, the goal from the Lumina Foundation and many others is to say we need to have an adult population with 60% of them having some form of post-secondary credential, certificate, degree, et cetera. This just accelerates that.
Have you back on, Chris Lowry from Ivy Tech. Thanks very much. Well, thanks for watching Inside Indiana Business on YouTube. For the latest statewide business news, be sure to visit InsideIndianaBusiness.com and subscribe to our free daily e-newsletters by clicking on the link.